is a phenomenal question. Look at all their faces. I should be able to say the N-word while singing along with the song or to a song. Come on now. Come on now. Let's hear this. What's going on, you guys, and welcome back to a different perspective. Y'all, we got a Jubilee video here today. I was just on their channel and I was just scrolling to see what they got. And they got this video here. This is, do all white people think the same about race? Y'all know I did a video earlier today. It was like a Karen Kevin type of video, and I had a conversation in there that I thought was very important. Something I learned from Bob Proctor a few years back. And yeah, let's see if we can further that conversation in this reaction. Y'all boys, girls ready? I'm ready. Let's check this out.
I don't know, Halloween is just like a weird holiday to be dressing up as anybody else's culture.
You can say the same thing about any
Oh dang, she just jumped in on my holiday. I mean, that's my birthday, Halloween.
costume. Are you gonna tell a 6-year-old girl that she can't dress up like a pirate because she doesn't know the history of pirates? Like,
That's very different.
what?
Is it though? I bet she don't know the history of pirates. We invited 6 white Americans to see the range of their beliefs. This I think is gonna fall right into what I was talking about earlier on the main channel. We asked them to agree or disagree with various statements. All right, this audio is still playing. It's a bit loud. I wanted to keep the volume up for the actual speech.
2, 1.
All right, so this is something that they either agree or disagree with. White people have culture. That's a odd question.
3, 2, 1.
Some would agree, some would disagree. Disagree. Nobody's that strongly disagree. Okay. Some would disagree. Okay.
We're all technically white. If you're from England, if you're from Australia, if you're from wherever, South Africa, you know, we all have these crazy places we come from and these people are around and we get those ideas from those people. But that doesn't mean us as a whole have no culture.
But as a white person, it's not really a culture. You can have culture, like I'm hella Irish, obviously, and that's a culture. But just being white is not it's not a culture. I can't relate to you just because you're white.
I think you could say that for any ethnicity, though.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like I might have agreed or disagreed with some of the statement that he said. And when I say agreed and disagreed, I mean I somewhat agreed, somewhat disagreed. You can somewhat relate to someone else who is of the same complexion as you just by being of the same complexion as you. That's already something you have in common with them. Your white privilege is already something you have in common with them. Some people don't think that exists, but it most certainly does. But we'll further the conversation.
If we were all black, could I relate to you guys if just because of the color of our skin?
Most certainly. And there's other reasons why you can relate to them too, not just because of the color of the skin.
Yes, because they go through very similar experiences.
There we go.
Like they'll get discriminated against, and you're not getting discriminated against because of your skin color. They can both relate to that.
Right.
But I also feel like with culture, we branch out, we try different things, we want to do different things. So maybe we've lost a little bit of our culture.
Maybe we're creating a new culture.
There you go.
I believe in reverse racism.
What's that? Reverse racism. I think I know what it is, but let's hear.
3, 2, 1.
She confused too?
I don't know what that is.
I knew it! I knew it!
Okay, what is it?
I'll stay here.
Reverse racism is like someone being racist against you because you are white. Like, do you believe that someone can be racist against a white person?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Wow. They went from not knowing what it was to strongly agree with it. That's fascinating. She still don't know what the heck going on. She looks so confused. She's like, I'm not gonna stand on any line. Because I paused it right there. But they went from not knowing what it was to strongly agreeing with it. And it's funny because the people that knew exactly what it was disagree. Let's hear this.
I grew up where it was completely like Hispanic culture. I was constantly made fun of because I was white. Oh, white people can't dance. White people look stupid, whatever.
They shouldn't say white people can't dance, but
Then-
they can't dance.
No, yeah, I can't.
That's not true at all. That's maybe collectively the percentages are not strong or favored towards white people when it comes to dancing, but no, some of my favorite dancers are white. I mostly follow dancers like on social media. I love dance.
Dance, just putting that out there. But I mean, like, being honest though, like, they would say those mean things to me and more hurtful things than that. It's like a hard pill to swallow, because if I turned around and said black people can't dance, I'd get hell for that.
I mean, that part doesn't really matter, but I do agree, because to some extent, because I grew up around a lot of Hispanic folks too, so I didn't feel like I was completely accepted or fit in. Some kids would be my friend outside of their home, but they wouldn't allow me inside of their home, type of ordeal. But yeah.
But then if someone says the same words to me, it's somehow okay, because
You have to look at the difference of it though. And I relate to you. I grew up with all Latino or black friends. I had very few white friends. And yeah, I got made fun of for being like the white girl. I was gringa. And I didn't take offense to it, because the huge part about racism is that there's hate and oppression behind it. And as a white person in America, I do not feel oppressed.
And I definitely think that
Interesting. So for someone like herself who had a similar experience to this other young lady over here, she still disagrees with that statement. She was like, in order for there to really be this level of hatred towards another ethnicity, you have to be oppressing that ethnicity. And she's like, I've never felt oppressed, even though I might have had people around me that didn't like me because of the color of my skin, but they're not oppressing me. Very, very interesting. That is a very strong argument to have. I think I may agree with it too.
we should take the log out of our own eyes before worrying about the sawdust in other people's. Like, I totally agree with that, but there is sawdust, so that's kind of just what I'm saying.
For me, I feel like anything we do can come out racist to any other type of race. But at the same time, if they say something mean or racist to us that we feel is racist, it kind of gets brushed off.
When I think of the word racism, I think more towards oppression, so that's why I'm in the disagree. Like, I'll deal with someone just being mean to me, but whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So I think I'm going to have to be on this. Excuse me. I think I'm going to have to be on the disagreeing side with that one. Wow, interesting.
Focusing on race divides us.
Ooh, I hope they all go in the same direction. Y'all know what direction I want them to go in. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all agree. So the question was, in case you didn't catch it, focusing on race divides us. Let's see.
3, 2, 1.
Wow. And then these same guys, surprisingly, went the opposite direction. What did they have to say?
I think it's important to focus on race in order to bring us together. There is a race issue in America, and if we just avoid it altogether and pretend like it's not happening, nothing's going to change, in my opinion.
That is a very great response. So focusing on race divides us, and that's the question. And she feels that for us to actually put focus on it will be what needs to be done to bring us together. Fascinating argument. It's funny how people can be for or against the same thing, but for different reasons. And I bet that's going to be the case with those other young men back there. But let's hear what these people got to say.
I kind of was thinking about the question differently, because if all I'm thinking about when I meet someone is, oh, I'm white and she's not white, and I'm white and she's not white, like, that for me, that's like what focusing on race is.
Yeah, they're never gonna be happy unless we just like all work together, just like treat each other like each other. You know, like there is no race.
Yeah, and that sounds great, but it's like we're not there. We're not there. I feel like people who have that perspective might also say like, oh, I don't see color, or try to have that attitude. I don't think that helps anybody. I think we need to respect each other's backgrounds, and like that is only gonna happen if we do see color. We do like appreciate everybody's differences.
I agree. So he, so the young guy behind the girl on the left side over here, he said the same sort of thing, and I think I would definitely agree with that. Instead of trying to blur the line of the ethnicities, let's let it be known that we see everyone for who they are and appreciate them. I agree with that. That's beautiful. Appropriation is real. He loves these questions. Okay, everybody.
I think cultural appropriation is very real. You see all the time, like Coachella. You know, we're in LA, and you see people in the Native American headdresses without knowing how important that is to Native people.
Yeah, exactly. I think there's a difference between respecting the culture and completely disrespecting the culture. But then also, if you want to dress up on Halloween like a geisha.
I'm going to tell you right now, if there were black people here, I promise you I know what they were saying. You guys culturally appropriate the heck out of us. Because truth be told, African Americans have a very, very large impact and influence on pop culture, just in general. If you even date back, if you think about some of the music, the rock and roll music, the jazz music, the blues music, so much of that stuff, even people that were racist, they still enjoyed some great black artists.
Because you like the costume, you think it's a beautiful costume. That I wouldn't say is...
I wouldn't do that. I think if you're gonna go and dress up as a geisha without knowing the importance of it and just being like, well, this is cute, like I'm gonna put this on. And also, even if you did know the importance and you're like, I don't know, Halloween is just like a weird holiday to be dressing up as anybody else's culture.
You can say the same thing.
Don't take that from Halloween. Do not take that from Halloween, because that is the one holiday where you should be able to dress however you please and represent whatever it is that you want to, whether you know a lot about it or not. Just don't blackface. That's wrong.
About any costume. Are you going to tell a 6-year-old girl that she can't dress up like a pirate because she doesn't know the history of pirates? Like,
that's very different.
Well, so it's just like...
That's very different. Those are children.
I think it's a lot about intention, because I think wearing that thing at Coachella, like, I feel like I would see that as that person mocking someone.
Well, even if they don't...
But that's the thing. But think about it like this, though. Children or not, you're a responsible enough adult to know what your child is wearing, to not allow them to wear that for the same reasons that you yourself shouldn't wear it. Doesn't matter if they're kids or not. You're either going to wear it or you're not going to wear it for whatever your reasons are. You're going to be against it or for it.
don't intentionally mean it. It's still offensive.
I should be able to say the N-word while singing my mom's song.
This is a phenomenal question. Look at all their faces. I should be able to say the N-word while singing along with the song or to a song. Come on now. Come on now. Let's hear this.
3, 2, 1.
They capping. Where my hand at? I got the wrong one on. I got the wrong one. They capping. By the looks of half of their faces, they know what answer they wanted to give, but they also know what answer they should be giving. Look at them. Look at
The
them.
reason I'm at somewhat disagree is because a lot of my favorite rappers use it frequently. Like if I'm listening to my favorite Childish Gambino song, which drops it like 100 times,
I know, so
you know
like
that
in the car, it's like
it's like I'm not sitting there thinking all these horrible things about black people, and I'm like, it's just in the song.
Yeah.
And when I'm singing,
Right.
it comes out.
I'm going to say this, and I even said it to myself yesterday. Words are words. I don't get offended by that word. And I know some people, especially black folks, might attack me or come at me and be like, oh, you're only part black, or oh, you're not connected to your black heritage and your black roots. Excuse me. I live in this land in America as a black man. I've walked in stores and been trailed or followed while I was shopping, just like another black man or black woman would experience. I've been stopped by the cops for no good apparent reason, walking in the streets because I'm a black man. I've had me and a buddy pull up to a bank to do a withdrawal. My buddy was doing a withdrawal. They shut the bank down in the middle of the day, 2 p.m. in the afternoon, with customers on the inside because they feared that we were a threat. I'm a black man. I'm not trying to hear that mess. But when it comes to this word, just like any other word, God gave us the ability to form sounds using our mouth. If there was a word or a phrase or a sound he didn't want us to make, we wouldn't have the ability to make it. And when I say God, I mean whoever you believe created mankind. What I will say is that some words come with consequences if you use them around certain people. You understand that? That's a difference. But will I be upset with a white person saying the N-word while singing along to a song? No. No. Not at all.
There's like 2 different forms of the word. There ends with an ER and with an A. And like with my friends, they're like, oh, you can say it with an A, like that won't hurt my feelings.
That's what people told me.
But also, like, even when I'm in the car by myself, like I still feel like it's not my place. Maybe I'll like whisper it like with an A at the end, you know, like if I'm by myself, but like out of the respect for other people, I just think it's more appropriate not to say it at all.
Do you guys think rappers should stop putting it in their songs?
No.
He's like that.
I feel like if they're African American,
If you think it's wrong, though, why?
I don't think it's wrong because the history of the N-word slave owners would call black people as the N-word with the hard R at the end. If black people want to take that word and claim it as their own and claim that painful history and like be like, F you, like I'm gonna claim this word, I think they should be allowed to do that. I don't think as a white person I have that right to take a word that was derogatory towards them. They should 100% have the right to do that.
But do you think it's okay for a white person to sing the song?
See, that's where we're like all on the fence. It's like I feel like
it's a word used as my friend basically, and like just like she said, if they want to take that back from its horrible origins, then I'm totally fine with that. But as a white person, you can't say that word without feeling a certain way.
Yeah,
so
but I have a question.
I don't...
If they didn't put it in their songs, you wouldn't say it, right?
No, yeah, 100%.
So are they causing people to say that word more often? Because she wouldn't say it if
it's
it
not
wasn't.
white people's place to tell them what they can and cannot use.
Exactly. She made an argument. He's rebuttaling against it, and both of them are completely valid. Because black people or black rappers are putting that word in their songs, and we're talking about with the A, putting it in their songs so frequently, is making other people feel like it's okay for them to say it as well, especially if they're fans of the music. And then like he said here,
it's not white people's place to tell them what they can and cannot use. Yeah. So
I live a privileged life. 3, 2, 1.
I knew she would be the one. She goes against everything, man. She was like, wait, I'm just gonna be the last one to move. Wherever they move, I'm gonna go the opposite way, and I'm just gonna have an argument about it.
It's so sad to say because I never say it out loud, but it's the truth. Is like getting pulled over by the police. I always feel like I have a little bit of a one-up. Because
what's funny is when I get pulled over by the police, I always fear that I'm gonna die. I hate that I feel that way. I thought about it a couple of days ago. I almost tweeted about it. Whenever I get pulled over by the police, there's this innate extreme, and I never feel like I'm in the wrong, like I've ever done anything wrong, so I'm always surprised when I get pulled over. But whenever I get pulled over, I always feel like, yo, today might be my last day. And I run these thoughts through my head like, you know what? Okay, I'm just gonna accept. If today's my last day, then that's just what it is. And I shouldn't feel that way. That is a sickening feeling. But unfortunately, it's how I feel every time I get pulled over by the police, whether it's a black cop or a white cop. Yeah.
A little bit of a one-up because I'm white, because I'm a woman, and I feel so bad that that's the truth, but this is a real thing and it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
For me, as an individual, I feel like I'm not privileged. Sure, like white people background came from like being higher up on the scale, but I've gone through really hard things before. You know, I don't feel like I'm superior over other people. So as an individual, I don't feel like I'm privileged.
I think
And I knew that that's why she would feel that way. And I'm pretty sure the other people here have also gone through some serious stuff in their life, but they still understand in what ways they're privileged. You know what I'm saying? Just like me as a man, even though I'm a black man, I can always and I will always say that I feel privileged because not only do I live in America, land of opportunity, but because I am a man. And as a man, I have certain privileges that women don't. Just like with women, having privileges that men don't.
privileged, I guess I don't really think that I'm above other people. I just think that naturally I'm treated differently.
Yeah, it's like perception. It's just perception.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a huge misconception. I have privilege that I didn't ask for. It's just
I knew it! I knew it! After she said that, this girl up here in the front, she keeps... I knew it! Listen.
yeah, I think that's a huge
Naturally I'm treated like above other people.
And that's why the other girl went the other way. And I had a feeling that's why she did. She feel like, oh, to say that I'm privileged would mean that I'm above other people. Her statement saying that she's been through some things in her life made her feel like she's not above anyone. Like this woman here said, though, naturally she gets treated differently. That other woman knows darn well she does. She knows darn well that she does too. So that's why she was... Let me go ahead and creep and crawl back over there.
I just think that naturally I'm treated differently.
Yeah, it's like perception. It's just perceptions.
Yeah, I think that's a huge misconception. I have privilege that I didn't ask for. It's just society sees me as like the standard for whatever reason, and because of that, I get treated differently. And white privilege, you know, like you said, it's not about what you've gone through or what you experience. It's 100% how the world
Perceives
sees me.
Yep.
I am proud to be white.
Ooh, I love these questions. Yo, look at her face. She's looking like, some days I don't. I'm not. Let's see.
3, 2, 1.
Proud to be an American. I love how she looked back to see to be led. She looked back to be led. She didn't look back to be a leader. She looked back to be led, because if she was going to be a leader, she wasn't going to look back. She's on the fence. See, I told you. I knew how she was feeling.
Yeah. Can there be a middle?
No.
All right.
Gotta pick a side.
I don't know what should
I almost went there too. It's like
I think
so
like
hard.
guiltily, like I'm like happy that I'm not oppressed, but I'm not proud of like things people have done in the past.
When I think of being proud of something, I think of something I worked for.
Interesting. I like this dude.
That I had to do nothing to be white.
Be white, yeah.
Absolutely nothing, and nothing was taken from me because I was white.
Interesting. So that would make sense to be on that side. I bet I'm telling you, she always go in the opposite direction. The folks, they looking at her like, oh, you think you all white and bad? Oh, you must feel real good about yourself being all white over there. Yo, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. But I really liked his answer. He's like, I didn't have to work to be white. Nothing has been given to me or handed to me or taken from me just because of the color of my skin. So why be proud to be white? I'm just saying, I'm more proud of the things that I have done with my life than just simply being black. Because that for a long time I was black and miserable. Now I'm black and happy.
It's like saying I'm a proud white person is a completely different saying than saying I'm a proud black person. Because when you hear I'm a proud black person, I think empowerment, I think
True.
strength, I think courage, I think, you know, all these amazing things that the black community has done and accomplished throughout the years. But then when you say I'm
Exactly. And then even when I refer to myself as a proud black man, the few times that I have, it's because of all the things that I've overcome, all the adversities that have been placed on me as a black man. So it does make sense, you know, for people that are black to say, or to, you know, being proud, than for someone white. It's like, what you proud about? You wasn't oppressed. We was oppressed.
I'm a proud white person. Already there's so much like hate involved in that.
The thing about that is like how you said, someone who says I'm proud to be black, that's empowerment. Why aren't I allowed to be proud to be white? What makes it wrong?
You haven't been oppressed.
Yeah, what are you proud of? Just your skin color? Because yes, that is wrong.
So you're saying I can't be proud to be white because I don't have a culture?
No, that's not what I'm saying. It's that when white people say they're proud to be white, a lot of times, at least in my opinion, they're talking about their skin color, that they're not a different race. I think that's wrong.
Yeah.
But as like we were talking about, as a proud black person, they've been oppressed, that a lot of their culture was stolen from them. And a lot of reasons that I don't like proud to be white is because it has, the Nazis used it. The KKK used it. I don't want to be associated with any of those things, so I'm just gonna completely stay away from it.
Hey, what's them dudes called? The Proud Boys? Another extreme group?
That.
Sure, I'm not proud of like what my culture's done, but at the same time, like I would not want to be anything else. If I had to choose another race, I don't know what I would be. I'm okay with where I am, even though I'm getting backlash about being white.
Food questions? I was waiting on the food question.
Do you like Starbucks?
How come you are vegan?
Hey guys, this is John.
Very, very good stuff. I definitely enjoyed and appreciate conversations like this, and I'm glad that we were able to sit here and further that conversation on this channel. But y'all know what time it is. Like this reaction, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for more. As always, the link to the original will be down in the description box below. If you haven't already, make sure you follow your boy on the ground and Twitter at Artofkickz. Had a brain fart. To the next one.